Hello, my YouTube family. We are going to make a dessert today. We are going to get ready to go in tomorrow and go up to my parents' house for the weekend for a little visit. And I thought I would take this dessert that I saw that I know for a fact my husband is going to love it, my kids are going to love it, and my daddy is going to love it because it calls for Oreos. So it's called Oreo lasagna, which you probably already know that by looking at the thumbnail and the title. We are going to make it easy on us. We are going to do it in this disposable pan. No cleanup, no dishes. So it's gonna call for 1 package of Oreos, but I did not buy a regular package at the store because it was cheaper to buy them in bulk at Sam's. So I'm gonna use 3 of these, which looks to me about like a pack you would get at the store. Out of that package at Sam's, it calls for melted butter, cream cheese that's been softened, sugar, a little bit of milk, I think. I don't have it right in front of me. Chocolate pudding mixed according to directions, and Cool Whip. That's it. It's a no-bake dessert, no big deal. So we're gonna get started with the bottom layer, which is the Oreo crust. So let's get the food processor out, melt some butter, and get going. First thing we're gonna do is open the cookies and get them put into the food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you could probably just like put them in a Ziploc bag and crush them up real good and then put them in a bowl and add the butter. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let the food processor do all the work today. If they will fit in there. Yeah, but just barely. So we're gonna pulse these and get them crushed up into fine crumbs. Okay. Now, what you're gonna do, is you're gonna pull out 1 cup of these into a bowl and set it aside because that's gonna be your chopping at the end. So that's not gonna fit. I don't want to take the blade out because I will never get it back in. So we're just gonna scoop it like this. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. 1 cup. Okay, put the lid back on. Now we're going to turn it on a low and we're going to drizzle in 1/2 of a stick of butter that has been melted. Now we're gonna move these to the side, get our pan, and dump these into the bottom for the crust. Make sure your hands are good and clean because this is not gonna be baked in the oven. This is a no-bake dessert. So you're gonna just press this down into the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna take the measuring cup that I just used. Okay, so that's the crust. Now let's clean this up and get ready for the next layer. Okay, in the mixer, I've got my 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese that has been softened to room temperature, and you're supposed to beat it until it is light and fluffy. So that's what that is. And now we're gonna add to that 1/4 of a cup of sugar. And 2 tablespoons of milk. I'm gonna scrape the bowl. And then we're gonna make sure this gets really good and incorporated while I start measuring out 1 1/4 cups of Cool Whip. Okay, so 1 1/4 cups of Cool Whip. We're gonna add that into here. Okay, we're gonna put the rest of this Cool Whip back in the refrigerator because we need it for the topping. I'm gonna scrape the sides and bottom of the bowl. Give it one more good mix, and then it's going right here. Now this is the next layer. Speaking of crumbs, I probably should have put the crumb in the freezer while I was doing this part to kind of let it harden. But really, when you dip this out on your plate, it's all gonna get mixed up anyway as you eat it. So I'm not super worried about it. My daddy will say it's all gonna go to the same place anyway. So he's not gonna care. All right. The next layer is going to be a box of chocolate instant pudding made according to directions and put on top of that. So let's get that done. Okay, we got the chocolate pudding done. I just mixed it according to directions, and this was the one that I did. This regular, just great value, 3.9 ounce. If you want to do a bigger one, you can, but that's just the one that I bought. So we mixed it according to directions. 2 cups of milk. Ooh, I just made a mess. We are just going to that in. We're just going to spread that on top of the cream cheese mixture. Okay. And then the last step is Cool Whip. So we have our cookie crust layer on the bottom, the cream cheese layer on top of that, the chocolate pudding on top of this, and then the rest of what would be a 12-ounce container of Cool Whip, but this one is a 16-ounce container. Ooh, cool. I won't use all of it.
So can I have the rest of it?
No, you cannot have the rest of it. There is a key lime pie in the freezer outside that it can go on. If y'all will leave it alone. Okay, and then you're just gonna spread the Cool Whip as the last layer. If I can do it without mixing them. There we go. I say the last layer. Next to last. And then those cookie crumbs that you reserved before you put the butter in them, those go on top. There we go. And that is Oreo lasagna. So I am going to put a lid on this and we're going to stick it in the fridge. It needs to refrigerate a minimum 4 hours. Preferably overnight, which mine will be overnight because we are leaving tomorrow to go to Mom and Dad's. So we will open this and eat that there if I can keep Jason out of it tonight. And then we will have a dessert. So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope that was helpful for you. You've probably already seen that over the years. I know I've seen it before or different variations of it, but I just thought it would be fun to make that. and take it with us this weekend and take you guys along for the journey on making it. So maybe if you haven't seen it, you'll make it this summer. No bake, don't have to heat the oven. It's a nice cold dessert that is wonderful. All right, put this back in the fridge, put in the sink, clean up, and we're out of here. Thanks for watching. Love you. See you in the next video. Bye.